Hey YouTube, I'm gonna do a movie review for the remake of Friday the 13th. Well, not much good can be said about this movie. It sucked terribly, but here are some of the pros and cons. It wasn't the worst movie I ever saw. The cons, it had the guy from Supernatural. Pros, I didn't fall asleep in it. It was the midnight showing. I might have fallen asleep, but but it didn't. So it. Cons. It had Danielle Panabaker. Well, I mean, horror Disney doesn't mix, and you should never do that. Well, the guy from Supernatural was as dull as ever, but we'll live, I guess. Also, it was so ununique. Okay, this movie, so predictable. I mean, they just basically had Jason just killing, no plot, no nothing. It was dumb. And I mean, okay, if you're gonna do a Jason movie, he's got to be Jason. Okay, oh my god, he was Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. Everything about him. Okay, Jason is pretty slow. I'm not being mean, but because he really does have a condition from what I can, what we all can tell. But in this, he was elaborate. He was planned. He captured some chick and kept her in this weird BDSM dungeon type deal. It's kind of creepy. And I mean, he had all these traps set up, and it's ridiculous. Jason doesn't plan. Jason kills. It was weird. It was just, honestly, I thought I was tripping. I thought I was on something. I thought somebody had, given me some drug, and I was in some weird, psychologically weird world. It was just, so weird. I hated it. I'm not a huge fan of Jason. I like Freddy better, because Freddy is the shiz. He's amazing. Michael scares the heck out of me. I'm terrified of that dude. But, Jason, he was always kind of one of those, if I want to, I'll watch one of the movies. I own the first one, it's good. I don't like the character development in the original, and I don't like the basic outline as much as I would, but, yeah, it's kind of plain in some ways. But this, it was just an insult. It was just bad, all around a bad film. I wouldn't suggest going to see it. None of the kills are that creative. It's like in the original when Mrs. Voorhees stabbed up the spear through the guy's neck. Now that was good. That was creative. I liked that. In this, it's basically people just get stabbed, and one chick is hung over a fire in a sleeping bag. It was just nothing that great, and they used the exact same ending from the first one too, and it was a mix of the first movie, the third one, and the fourth one. Well, no, actually, I think it was more, I think the second and fourth one combined too. Not quite sure if I remember right, but I just thought, maybe it would have been a good idea if they had just done something new. It was just kind of just made it just another film. It didn't stand out. I just thought maybe if they had come up with a totally new ending that took the audience by surprise just as much as it had when the first one came out, that could have been good. That would have been a nice twist. I would have liked it, but the only thing about the movie I really did like was when they explained how Jason got his mask, because anyone that's seen the first and second one knows that the first one he wasn't really present, and the second one he had a bag over his head, and then in the third one he just shows up with a mask. They have this really cool scene where he goes to this guy's house, and he kills him, and then he sees the mask and he puts it on, and that's where he gets the mask from. I thought that was kind of cool. But other than that, it's just another cheap Hollywood fluff film that is just not that great. I wouldn't suggest seeing it if you're a real fan. I would just put this in the don't watch bin. But thanks for watching my video, and I'll talk to you guys later.